What's up, everybody? How are you this evening? This is Brown Sugar Confessions coming to you every Wednesday night on Power 1017. And you know what we say on Brown Sugar Confessions. We want you to stay safe. We want you to play safe as we talk about in this episode about sex, relationships, and pop culture. And I am super excited to be back. I've been away for 3 weeks. I missed you guys.
We
Rosie,
missed
how are
you.
Yes, we've
you?
missed you.
Finally, she's back. I'm so
I,
excited.
I'm happy to be back. I was teaching on a lifestyle cruise and I was gone for 3 weeks. Everyone got the crud. It wasn't COVID, but we all got this stupid congestion in our chest. But it was an awesome cruise. People were amazing. The ship was suite class only. It was beautiful. We went to Montenegro, which I would say if you haven't been, need to go. Here's my geography, right? I was so dumb. I thought Montenegro was in Croatia. I missed that class. Don't laugh at me, Miss T.
Just throw it into the file of things they don't teach you in school, because clearly
Yeah.
most people don't know where Montenegro is.
Yeah, they don't. It's sandwiched right under Croatia, and it's beautiful. It was my favorite country was Montenegro, and then we did Greece, and Croatia. But I would tell you, it was a phenomenal cruise. But I missed you guys, and you guys held it down while I was away out doing what I do.
Of
You guys did
course.
great. How are you, Miss T? What's up in ATL?
It's humid AF down here, and I just want it to rain or figure out what's going on. It's just been cloudy for the past couple of weeks. But outside of that, it's festival season. All the festivals are starting to happen. We just had Reggae in the Park. Dragon Con is coming up. One Music Fest is coming up, and also if you guys are around the ATL area in the next couple of weeks, Sex Down South is coming up, so should be interesting. I might try to jump in because I've never been to that kind of convention, so we'll see how it goes.
So what is that? Sex Down South
So
in ATL?
Sex Down South, from what I understand, is a sexuality convention. So you learn about different kind of things like kink, sexuality, like if you are in a lifestyle, if you're gay or trans or non-gendered or bigendered or poly. This is a convention where you can like learn different things from people in the area, so about sexuality and relationships. So it should be pretty interesting.
It should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to hearing back like what happened at the convention, and it's in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna try to make it down there myself if I can get over this
Yes,
crud. I'm gonna
come
try to
with
make
me.
it. I want to.
Come with me.
Sounds.
The baby needs supervision. Let's go.
You know what? This baby needs to grow up. Miss T, you need to grow up.
I can't. I refuse. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
I do believe that. And speaking of grown women, Treese, what's up with you?
Living my life. I am in the throes of getting ready for all these festivals. Mischief Maker is in the throes of making lots of different cosplays. I am tired.
Did I see you at some concert or something, or weren't you cosplaying somewhere over the last couple of weeks? Did I see that?
I was at Rico Nasty a couple of weeks ago, and before that, a couple of weeks before that, I was at BlurredCon, and we're trying to get our ish together for Dragon.
Dragon Con.
Now, what is
Come
Dragon
on
Con? You and
down.
Miss T are both talking about what's Dragon Con?
It's
Is it like Game of Thrones?
huge Comic-Con, huge.
It's one of the
huge.
biggest ones in the South.
Yeah, it's from the videos that I've seen and all the people that I've talked to at BlurredCon that were telling me like, you need to go to Dragon Con. It's like 5 days, full party, all night, raves.
Let me
all
tell
that.
you that, like, for me, dancing, this is when I get the most dancing opportunities, because all the other dancers are at Dragon Con. Dragon Con has gotten to the point where it takes over at least 5 hotels downtown.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have raves in all the hotels that are close to each other. They have a rave in each one of the hotels.
Yeah,
and
if you want to
DJ.
see the madness of Dragon Con, just look up the hashtag Dragon Con for Labor Day weekend, and just follow it. And you
Yeah.
will see all kinds of stuff. Some of the best cosplays I have ever seen have come out of Dragon Con.
Yeah. That I've
Wow.
never seen some of this, the intricacy in these costumes. I'm a Virgo of all things. So I love looking at the intricacy in costumes. And these people
They
do the
put their heart
most.
and souls into
They
it.
do the most, and I love it. So I'm trying to get my ish together so I can kind of do the most.
So I
I'm
like should
tired.
not
I'm
show
tired. I'm
up.
building for everyone else, and I have no time to build for myself. So I'm gonna take it easy. It may just be t-shirt at the con, t-shirt and jeans at the con.
Oh, I
No,
just shouldn't show
what?
up. What? I can't believe you're just going to show up in a t-shirt.
I don't
No,
believe
I
it.
know. I'm not.
That's
I'm
a
I
not.
don't
lie.
I'm
believe
That's
it.
a straight up
I'm not.
lie.
I'm just. I'm giving myself permission to relax. That's the way that comes to me. Is I'm giving myself permission to concentrate on 2 cosplays instead of 5, and then
Gotcha.
just
Okay.
relax.
Okay, all right, that I can give you, but don't tell us you ain't gonna costume out because we're all like, even our listeners are probably like,
Yeah, all right.
Teresa's full of it, whatever.
And then the videos come out and the photos come out.
Exactly. KD, what's up with you, beautiful in Wilmington?
Hey, so just unfortunately, I'm seeing people talk about pumpkin season, and my heart is breaking each hour that passes. Children start school, my son starts school next week. So we are winding down the summer. I haven't been to a beach in the summer. I did go in the spring, but the reality hit me just last week that I have not even had a chance to go to the beach. It's just been so busy with other things that didn't get around to doing typical summertime stuff. So I'm actually really sad because I really am not ready for the fall. The summer went way too quickly. Just had to go to school today and go pick up materials and Chromebooks and stuff like that. So I'm like back to just like boring mom stuff. You know,
This
mom
summer
things.
was short, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
just
Felt
my
like it,
imagination.
yeah.
Very.
Did right? It felt like 1 month.
It really did.
It's the Illuminati. They did it.
I blame them too.
Well, you guys know that the Earth is actually spinning faster than it
Faster.
has previously. The Earth is tired of us. It's trying to get rid of us quicker.
Yeah, it's over the case of the humans.
It's over us. I can't blame the earth.
Yeah.
We're pretty much mucking up everything here.
Yeah.
So maybe there's also a semi. I mean, it's only like sped up by like, I don't know, a few nanoseconds or something like that. But who knows? Maybe that's one of the reasons why things feel like it's going so quickly.
I mean, speaking of speeding up quickly, I got a question for you guys.
What's
Have
that,
you
babe?
ever heard of sunning your perennial gland?
Yes.
Well, I saw it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of
Of
course.
course. Where else would you see it but on
So, all
TikTok?
right, Missy, explain what that is.
Your perennial gland, in short, is your booty hole.
Booty hole.
It's your booty hole. And apparently, during the time of the year of our plague part 1, people decided that they needed to start sunning their booty holes. So they were outside, you know, legs up, cheeks open, exposing, you know, where the sun don't shine to the sun. And apparently you're not supposed to show that to the sun.
You're not supposed to show that to the sun?
No.
Well, you can't. Okay, so you can, but not for the extended amount of time that these people were doing it. They were doing it like 15 and 30 minutes. Now, this is a place that probably has never seen a light.
Yeah, the skin is very thin down there.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
you're all of a sudden like exposing it to the fullness of this new sun that we have.
Yeah, we got like some full like pure ultraviolet radiation that ain't supposed to get hit down there for long periods of time.
Supposed to be giving your skin that's thick and normal and used to being in the sun, that much sun. Why would you think it's okay to stretch open parts that's far less? Yeah.
Which goes to my original question every other show that we have.
What is that?
Is that a kink?
You always want to know, is it a kink?
Is it a kink? I gotta know because, you know, like I said, the baby needs supervision. I gotta figure out what's real and what ain't.
I don't think it's a kink. Yeah, I haven't really researched it to see if it kink. Maybe it's a kink. Who started this trend, by the way?
That's what I want to know.
I
Y'all
saw it
know
on
who.
TikTok.
Y'all know who started it.
Who?
Y'all know who started this.
Who started trees?
Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Honest to God, I ain't got a clue. Who started this trend?
Do you want me to really?
Don't do it.
I can't say.
Don't do it.
saying no.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm getting the no sign. So
Think of-
what I'm gonna say is use your imagination on who do you think started this trend? Let's sunburn our gooches. Who you think started that?
Just think about it. Think about it and tell us over the break.
Okay, all right.
Hashtag
so,
it.
Hashtag who started this trend of what is it called again?
Of sunning your perennial gland.
Sunning your perennial gland. I was thinking a dog. That's not right. I don't know why.
Nah.
Because these fools are not answering me. They're not going to tell
Nah.
me.
We gonna let you
No
simmer on that
comments.
one.
No comments.
Because I really want to know where this came
Nope.
from.
You
and,
know what we're gonna do?
why? Huh?
You know what we're gonna do?
What?
We're gonna let you cuff that because we gotta get to our actual conversation. Because guess what season we are in? It is not football season.
What are we in?
We are in
Clink clink cuffing season.
Hey.
Dun dun dun. I need sound effects. I need
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right. So for all of you, what is cuffing season?
Cuffing season.
Yes.
Okay, so we all know the saying, like, you get summertime, you get hot in the pants, right? It's
Right.
summertime, we out there doing things.
Summertime
Hot girl.
Yeah, so cuffing season is the opposite of that. We are coming to the close of summertime bikinis and hoochie shorts, and now we're getting into fall, and everybody wants to cuddle
because we
and
cold.
eat candy corns. I'm gonna eat candy corns.
Oh, you eat them things.
And pie.
Disgusting.
So cuffing season is essentially you looking back on any summertime fun that you've had and seeing, is this person someone I would like to spend my cuffing season with? Cuffing season it's not really dating. I don't want to call it that. It is, for lack of a better word, it's like friends with benefits, but also like, let's hang out and have brunch and like breakfast and lunch and like hang like that. So
it's like the progression to
yeah,
the
it's
relationship.
but I'm not even gonna say that because I ain't cuff in none of my relationships. I didn't cuff.
I don't think I've ever cuffed.
But did you get cuffed? Is the real question.
No, I didn't. I'm a straight
That's a
HOE.
question.
Ma'am.
I was trying date 2.
You know
They're
what?
getting it in, and then they got flabbergasted and was like, "You my girl now," and I was like, "Yeah, that's how it works." So
you cuffed them. They didn't cuff you.
I think my husband cuffed me.
Yeah. There's a progression to cuffing season.
He did cuff me for sure. I'm
Oh.
thinking back now. He did cuff me and put a ring on it. He actually did.
Yeah, he cuffed you. Because like right now, if we're going across and looking at the memes that our Oracle Google has provided for us, we have just ended scouting season, the scouting part of cuffing season, and we are about to go into drafting. We done been around, we done found like the potentials.
So there's stages.
Yes,
stages.
There are
There's
stages.
So what's the first one again? Because
so
our listeners are like, what?
So the first stage is scouting that happens in the month of August, right?
So you're scouting. You're looking for that cuff.
Yes.
You're looking for that. I keep thinking handcuff because I'm a kinkster, but okay.
Yeah. We're looking for somebody to
cuff.
throw them links on. We're looking for someone to throw the links on. We got potentials. You got your list, and now you kind of got to go through that list. So we went from scouting to drafting.
Okay. So we scouted, and now we're gonna draft.
Be like, hey, I like you.
Mm-hmm.
I think you like me, or I know you like me. What's up?
Okay. So that's drafting.
That's drafting.
That's September 1st through the 30th, drafting.
Wait, You mean there's a time sequence? on
Yes.
Yes, there
this?
has to be.
Yes.
This is a
Jiminy,
progression.
this is a
We
thing.
are trying to get to the ring, ma'am.
This is a thing. So do we have to put like the times and dates of this whole
Yeah.
cuffing season on our website so y'all know?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes. People need to know, am I about to be cuffed? Am I being drafted? Am I drafting? Am I the drama? Like, what's
Know
going
your
on? You need to
place
know.
and-
Awareness is key.
Awareness is
know
key.
your place. Know what you're doing. You'll operate much smoother that way. That's my
Okay.
goal.
Okay. So the first one we got is what is it?
Scouting.
Scouting. Okay.
You're
so you
looking.
scouted, right?
You're
So
looking.
now September is when you're
Drafting.
drafting.
Think
you're-
about this. It's just like
The
the
NFL, you're
NFL. We're drafting. Who's our best contenders?
Damn, we're going.
What
I
do
like
they
this.
bring? What do they bring to the table?
Ooh, I like this.
What do
Ooh,
they bring to
okay,
the
okay,
table?
what do you bring to the table? Oh,
Yes.
okay, I like this. All right, and is there another?
Yeah.
phase
So
to
then
this?
one after that, October, because October, we starting to cool down. We
Mhm.
got parties happening.
Okay.
Some of these parties you can't be seen by
Halloween
yourself.
parties.
We got
and house-
costumes.
right?
So now this is tryouts. Let me see how you act in public.
Mm.
So you're going from recruiting to tryout.
Yeah, we got to make sure you work for the team.
I see. And tryout season is October.
October. Because
Okay.
remember, we're coming into the holiday season now. People are getting seen places. Are you going to be by yourself? Are you going to be with another person? Is somebody on your team going to be seen in the same places as you? We got to figure out what's going on. And then also
Okay.
it's getting colder, and most people don't want to be cold by themselves at night.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So, all right. And so after that, then what you got? Because I'm liking this now.
This is
I wonder-
preseason. Preseason is November.
Preseason. Now, what is preseason in the cuffing season?
Is just like in the NFL. You got your preseason. You got to run them through a couple times. Make sure it sticks. You got to make sure this thing is going to stick, because we got 2 more months at the end of this year. You going to stick around for the entire time, because I got to figure out whether to get a Christmas present for you or not now.
Mhm, mhm.
And am I bringing you a leftover plate from my
Right.
family's house?
Right.
Or are you
are
coming
you
to the family's
No,
house?
you can never come. You
Oh.
can never come.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
that doesn't work
You
for
can ne-
Treese's
you can never
cuffing
come.
season. Okay. So you can't come to Treese for the
No,
cuffing
but I will
season.
bring you a plate if I like you. If I don't, I will bring you my Aunt Cece's macaroni and cheese, which is horrible. And that's
Ma'am.
what
Oh,
Ma'am.
not Aunt Cece's macaroni and
Ma'am.
cheese.
So that's preseason.
Okay, so we got preseason. Then what we got?
So after that is, of course, December. And this next season is long, because this is the actual length of cuffing season. Cuffing season goes from December 1st to January 15th, meaning that you got to run the entire Christmas, New Year's after to January 15th. Because remember, January 11th is the saddest day of the year.
Why?
Why?
It's the saddest day of the year. So apparently, statistically, this is when people are the most depressed, because they've already gone through the holiday season. They got the holiday blues. They're broke because they spend all their money. And it's also because it's January, it's cold, it's dark, so people are just generally depressed. So apparently,
Oh, I was like,
statistically-
what's going on? What
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
January
what's
11th
happening?
is the saddest day of the year.
Why do I have to be sad on January the 11th?
Hey,
Yeah.
So if you got somebody cuffed, hopefully you're not sad.
True.
Okay. All right. So here's a question out there we have for our listeners. Where are you in this cuffing season? Are you the cuffer or the cuffee?
Yeah.
Or can you
'cause
be both?
This is true. But the other thing is we're not done through the full run of cuffing season.
Oh, there's more. Well,
There's more. There's
okay,
more.
Miss T, I'm here
So
for
we've
it.
run through the actual cuffing season. So remember, you've been cuffed. So now, are you going to hold on to your cuffer or your cuffee? Be like, is this going to run until the end, or do I let them go? Right?
So is the cuffee just a situation for the season?
That might be, because guess what happens?
What?
January 16th to February 13th is playoffs.
Oh my God, that's
Playoffs, because guess what happens on January 14th?
I
Not
can't
January 14th,
imagine.
February 14th.
What? Oh, Valentine's Day, of course. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you make it to Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day is the championship game, you have gone through the whole gamut of cuffing season.
Is this a Gen Z thing? Because
It might be. I'm here for it though, because I've watched many of people run through this and didn't know there was like a whole process to it.
Yeah.
I'm glad there are labels.
Yeah.
I never knew there was a process. I just thought it was, just come into the season of the fall and you're trying to find a hookup. But
because think about it, how many people also get engaged between Christmas and Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
True, yeah.
Mhm.
Whole time, all of that is cuffing.
All
It's
that
the
is
cuffing
cuffing. I like that you break it down into stages. That's
Mhm.
kind of interesting. Y'all were talking about this. I thought you honestly went to
You thought we were
BDSM.
tripping.
No,
You thought we were
I,
tripping again.
I went to BDSM. I thought you were talking about handcuffs. I mean, but that's just
But
me. I'm like,
you never
cuffing
know.
season.
There might be handcuffs
Yes,
involved.
KD, that kind of handcuffs.
I mean, you might be like, hey, I like you. Come
Mhm.
over here. Clink, clink.
You know-
And now you got them and you don't let them go.
Yeah, I like that. So we're going to put on our website and we're going to put on YouTube and we're going to talk about it. Make sure, if you guys don't know, make sure that you're on Spotify, like and subscribe. We're going to start running some contests coming up. So go on Spotify, make sure that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook. We're on all social media platforms. So blow us up so we can give you some shout outs and send us your emails and let us know if you're the cuffee or the cuffer. Is that how you say it? Yes.
Have you been cuffed or are you cuffing?
Yes. And send it all to brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com because we want to know where you are in this season. And obviously, I'm in the wrong season because I was thinking about handcuffs, but hey, I think y'all know me by now. But speaking of handcuffs, this has nothing to do with the show that I want to talk about. But did you guys know when I was traveling that this guy named Tate has been taken off of all social media platforms? You heard about this guy, right?
Who is Tate?
I've
Oh,
heard
you mean
about
the weird
him,
dude
yes.
with the weird voice that's like, ooh, that
Yes,
guy?
that
Wait, what?
guy. Yes, I think he's taken the place of Kevin Samuels, but he's like times 10. We'll talk about him later on. And when we come back from segment, well, I'll talk a little teeny bit about it. Same take somebody.
It's like a hydra, man. You get rid of one and a whole bunch more pop up.
There's a lot of them popping up that are like, bring back Kevin Samuels for God's sake, because this guy isn't a complete idiot. But
now I'm intrigued. You sure we ain't got time to talk about this?
we don't have time because I think we got to go to break soon after we talked about this cuffing season.
Oh,
Break. I'm gonna
So
go
I had a question real quick before we move on because I want to finish up cuffing season.
Okay.
So, we kind of accidentally stepped into the realm of cuffs and cuffing season. So I just have a quick question. Like, what if you're a cuffer and you're trying to get cuffed and you ain't got anything to cuff on? Dr. Val, is there like a organization of people that could teach us about cuffing and non-great conditions for cuffing season?
I got no idea if there's.
It's like we're talking to the order of the cuffs.
Cuffers.
the order of the links.
There's a support group for cuffers.
The Link Society.
I'm sure there probably is. Hey, if you know of a support group for cuffers or training for cuffies or cuffers, and let us know, because I truly have no idea. I was actually impressed that this is a whole thing. Like there's a whole timeline behind getting your fall. I just call it a fall fling. That's because I'm old, and y'all are calling it cuffing season.
You called it a fall fling.
It's called a fall fling, and y'all made a whole daggone system out of this. I don't even get it.
Hey, listen, Google is great. That's all I'm gonna say.
I guess so.
As creepy as Google is, Google comes through in a pinch.
Put up this all the seasons, the progression, the names, because even I'm like totally clueless that y'all can get your cuffing on. And is the idea behind it is to keep them, right? Or just to get rid of them for the season?
It depends.
Okay.
Do they survive your cuffing season? Because if you keep them, you keep them. And if not, you let them go. You reset and you get ready for the preseason in August.
Oh my God. The things that you can learn here only on Brown Sugar Confessions. And speaking of go, I guess, Katie, we got to go to break, huh?
Time to go to break. Let's go ahead. Make sure you get your drinks and come back to us in a few minutes, and we will come back and talk about some more very interesting topics here on Brown Sugar Confessions, only on Power 1017.
And we're back on Brown Sugar Confessions here on Power 1017. Thank you for hanging out with us today. I hope you guys got your drinks, got your snacks. You've gone to the party because we're going to get this party restarted. Special shout out to our sponsors, Delaware Integrated Medicine in Georgetown, Delaware. If you have not gone to them already, you need to go to them and get your integrative medicine needs, your P shots, your O shots, your general health and wellness. They got you at Delaware Integrated Medicine in Georgetown, Delaware. Also, don't forget that you can reach out to us at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. You got questions, you just want to send us all general love notes, brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com. If you want to confess to Doc Val specifically, reach out to her at valerie@swancenter.com. That is Valerie at swan with 2 N's center.com. Also, don't forget that you can check us out on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. Come and hang out with us. Like and subscribe. We know you guys be hearing us, but we know you also don't be liking and subscribing. Stop that. Stop it right now. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hang out with us. So let's go ahead and get back into our conversation. We were talking about cuffing season, but now we have situations that might arise during cuffing season or might not happen during cuffing season, as KD is going to tell us about some poor gentleman.
So, as you all know, you have people who are going through cuffing season. We're going to talk later on about the situationships and the relationship. You have people that may not be in the running. Maybe they have already gone through like the preseason and or different sections of the cuffing season, and they've already been kind of excluded. So this young gentleman that we're going to talk about right now, he decided to, instead of working with someone else, he's pursuing his own self-pleasure.
He was showing himself some self-love.
He was showing himself some self-love, yes. So there is a young man who, very young man actually, 20 years old, who had to be hospitalized after having a spontaneous pneumomediastinum. And please don't try to say it 3 times fast because it's just not going to work. But he was acting in self-pleasure. Unfortunately, he had a serious, sharp, excruciating injury and pain in the lung as he was in the middle of his personal session. So he was rushed to the hospital. They did some x-rays and they ended up finding out that there was this air bubble. There was all this air in his lungs, and the doctors basically said that, you know, he was doing it a little too hard. He just got too into it. Unfortunately, he almost killed himself quite really. But they say that this particular condition can be brought on either by violent coughing, excessive vomiting, and sometimes doing way too much strenuous exercise. But I guess one they are now going to have to add to the list is getting a little too hot and heavy in the self-pleasure section. So Gentlemen, when you're doing your self-pleasure, and I think this really could extend to women too, because sometimes when we're trying to get that fantastic
Mhm.
we're like holding our breath and doing things like that. So I believe that's probably how he created this injury on his lung, basically trapping air into his lungs.
So he literally almost gave himself the big death by trying to go for the little death.
He really did.
Dang.
He really
Dude,
did.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Dang.
How aggressive was he?
How hard was he stroking?
I mean, that's like, was he using like a masterful pump or something? I mean, that's a lot.
Was a toy involved? Because I feel
There
like
was-
that's got to be more than just
More than
lotion.
hand and lube. It's
There
gotta
was
be.
no mentioning of any toys involved, but when I use my brain, when I read this and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way he wasn't doing something like practicing self-suffocation or some sort of maybe using something around his neck. Like, you had to be doing something. There's no way you were just stroking, as he said.
You
So
think he
maybe
tried
he
to-
didn't want to tell anybody.
You think he tried to David Carradine himself?
What does that mean?
You guys don't know who David Carradine is?
Well, yeah, I know David Carradine from Kung Fu, but what's that have to do with that?
You know,
I
like
don't
that's
get it.
how they found him after he died. He was choked. They found him choked because he was trying to choke.
Oh, is that how David Carradine
That's
died?
supposedly how he died. Supposedly.
That's news to me.
I did not. That's the guy from like Kung Fu, right?
Yeah.
I used to love that show as a kid. I knew he died, but I didn't know that's how he
Yeah.
died.
That supposedly that's how they found him.
I don't have nothing to say to that because I just need to know, like, that cannot just be what is it, girl?
Okay, so I do have something to say, and
Okay.
this is going to sound really bad.
Just raise
But
your hand.
I have watched a lot of people self-love.
Do you like to go to self-love parties?
I do.
I
I
like
do.
self-love parties, right?
I do. I
What?
Katie
Wait.
was
No,
like,
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait.
no, no, no.
Yeah, there's no skipping around this. Turn around, turn around,
You
turn
have
around
to
and
back
sit
that up
down.
just a little bit.
Turn around and sit down.
What's a self-love party?
Is this what it
it's
sounds
a
like?
party where everyone is self-loving and you can watch them love on their self. I prefer that to the big massive things. I prefer self-love because it is them pleasuring themselves. That to me is chef's kiss. If you've ever been to one, there is something to be said about learning how to breathe through an orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do not understand how to do that or even comprehend that that is a thing. And if you are edging yourself and you are you can do that. I've seen it.
Send yourself into an anxiety attack.
Yeah, you can send yourself into an anxiety attack because you don't, the automatic, for someone who is untrained, the automatic response when you hit the big O is to tense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of relaxing and letting the energy go through you. And that is what they are doing with their breath over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
It is easy to do that without outside funky Spider-Mans and and all that stuff. So it is possible to do that without doing other things and having autoerotic things happening to you, and it could just be self-pleasure. It is something to be said. If you are tensing up that much, you're not fully experiencing your O, and it would behoove you to reach out to Doc Val to learn some classes to take a class on how to breathe through that, because your O, when you learn how to breathe through it, it is enlightening. You will float out of your body. It is nothing like this short breathing spasmic thing. It is not that. It is otherworldly. Learn how to breathe.
Breath is important
when you do it.
It is very important. That's a real good point, Trees, because, I think we talked about this on like the 14 different types of orgasms that women can have. And one of them is the tension orgasm, is what most women have. where they have to have a lot of tension built up in their body. Like everything is very, very tight. Their pelvic is tight. Their pelvic floor is tight. Their thighs are tight. Everything is really gripping hard. And you'll hear women sometimes say, it takes me but just a second to lose it because they lose that tension. Like if the stroke is different, you lose tension. If he's off rhythm or if they're off rhythm, you lose tension, right? It takes just a little teeny bit to lose that tension. For some people, I'll say for women, when they're experiencing tension orgasms, they stop breathing when they release. They hold their breath. That's a part of as you hold and hold and hold to release the tension. And what Teresa's talking about is overriding that response to hold your breath and retrain yourself and breathing through the orgasm. It does two things. First of all, it gives you, instead of this tension where it's like quick and over with, if you're breathing through the orgasm, it's more of a melting sensation. Does that make sense? It's like you're melting into the person, you're melting into the bed or couch or car or wherever you're melting. It's them.
Hopefully not a moving car.
Hopefully not a moving car.
And hopefully a car with some insurance, because now we can sue people if something happens to you in the car.
That's
Forgot
right.
all
That's
about
right.
that. Forgot all
Listen,
about
all
that.
these disclaimer. Don't have your car moving.
Mhm.
All right, because we're going to sue you if we have a big O. But anyway, so you get the idea. Like you have this melting sensation, and number two is it's a longer orgasmic release, and you're able once you have trained yourself, and it is a training. For many women, it's like retraining yourself. You're able then to achieve multiple orgasms within the same session instead of you waiting to, because sometimes after you've released that energy, you're hypersensitive, right? It's like, don't touch it. Oops.
Don't touch me. Don't breathe on me. Don't even look at me. Don't think about me right now.
Right.
And ride this ride.
Right. Everything is really like, I'm super sensitive. Don't touch anything at all. But if you learn this kind of technique, you're actually able to go right back into building up energy again to have a multiple orgasm. So you're not so hypersensitive because you're actually relaxing and breathing into the orgasm instead of trying to get that tension built up again. Teresa's right about that. If you don't know how to do that, or if you want some classes on that, reach out to me. And maybe we'll even do a workshop or so. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't
That
it?
sounds like fun. Yes.
And when you learn that, that's when you can snatch their soul.
Why she say talk about snow?
Halloween is coming, y'all. Y'all better get ready. Literally and figuratively.
Literally. So,
All
yeah,
right.
she talk about
So
snatching soul.
one of the other things that I know we were going to talk about, Doc Val was going to lead up, is what's a situationship versus a relationship? Which one is better for you at what point?
Yeah, that's a good one. Situationships. Now, is that the same thing you think is a little bit like cuffing, a little bit, Miss T?
I mean, think about it. A situationship means you are in a situation with an individual. Now, whether that situation is y'all just happen to be like, you know what, I vibe with you, you vibe with me, but we ain't gonna call this an actual relationship, or you might be knocked up. One of the two. We don't know. In this case, we're going to assume it's the factor of I vibe with you, you vibe with me, but we ain't really seen each other, but we ain't going to call this a relationship.
Right. So a situationship is a romantic arrangement, right? That exists before or without a defined relationship, more or less. It's a situation that you seem to have yourself in. I think most people would agree that situationships are somewhat temporary.
Yes.
It's not.
Or they're assumed to be temporary.
Good point. You're assuming.
Is a situationship is the same as an entanglement?
Yeah, I think so. I think
an entanglement is a variation of a situationship, because an entanglement would be
messy.
Multiple situationships happening at the same time. which makes them an entanglement.
Okay, I get that. I get that. I
Ah,
get
okay.
that now.
I could see that. All right.
All
Yeah.
right.
So
Thank you.
if you're dating, if you're seeing a married person, in a relationship, and you're single, is that an entanglement or is that a situationship?
I always think of, you know, that Erica Badu song, I guess I'll see you next lifetime. That's
Mhm.
probably an entanglement trying to unentangle itself.
Okay. All
'Cause
right.
she's like, look, I'm down for this, but I know my partner is not. So I'll meet you as a butterfly in the next lifetime.
That's my new
Right.
line. I've been saying that all over the face of books.
Ma'am.
What?
My new line. Oh, some random person came in my DM and was like, "Oh, I really like you," and I was just like, "Oh, maybe in our lifetimes when we meet as butterflies."
Oh, that sounds that's a
So
nice way
She's
to
just
let
pulling the
someone
whole
down,
Erica
Trees.
Badu on like
Badu
all
on
the
there,
bases.
okay.
Ma'am.
it's the
Yes,
green hair. It's just making me feel very floaty.
I see that. It's matching your plant back there. But when I think about situationships, they can be defined as a romantic relationship that lacks commitment and the associated norms and expectations of like what goes into relationship. But here's my question. Aren't most guys, aren't they really desiring situationships?
No.
No.
I think like a fair amount of them are in situationships, but are masquerading as relationships because they think it's supposed to be a relationship, but they don't want to say it's a relationship because they think their partners want a relationship, but it's really a situationship.
Yeah.
Why do you say no, KD?
I say no because I think that a lot of guys they do sometimes find themselves in situationships, but I think a lot of times they are just trying because they want the woman to be committed. They want commitment, but they want the ability to say, oh, I'm doing whatever, I'm living free. So they purposefully, I think, mislead people sometimes into being in a relationship when they know good and well that they have like other things going on. And then when a woman's like, hey, what's going on? Who's this girl calling your phone? Then all of a sudden it's like, well, we're not really together anyway. So I don't think it's that. I think that's more of a case of wanting your cake and eating it too.
Okay.
Whereas a situationship, I think, is a bit more agreed upon. I feel like in a situationship, both parties are aware that it is a situationship and that it is not something that's going to turn into more, or at least at the moment, it's not more. Like, it is what it is. We hang out, we enjoy each other, but that's it. We might have other things going on. Maybe they have children. Maybe you have a busy lifestyle because of your job, but you enjoy each other's company when especially cuffing season comes into play, and you kind of want that extra person around you when they're available. So I think of that more of a situationship than the kind of like misleading thing where one person is kind of misleading the other person. I think situationships are agreed upon.
Okay.
Even if it's not by words, it's like understanding.
So here's my question for you guys. So I'm thinking gender for a second, right? Here's my question. So if a female wants to have situationships, do people consider her a hoe?
Yes.
Is it multiple situationships?
Could be. She wants sex without commitment. She's just
Even if it's
enjoying.
one person, yes, they
Yeah,
consider.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
That's one thing that I thought about situationships, because we're all about these labels. Everyone wants to have a label. So for women that choose to have situationships where they're enjoying the moment, having fun, but don't want to be involved, then they also get labeled as a hoe. How do we change that?
It's
Or
already changed.
I mean,
I
the
don't think women
paradigm
care
is
anymore,
shifting.
right?
The paradigm is
That.
definitely shifting. But the
Yeah.
thing is, there are definitely going to be people who do not want to let go of those old structures because they are used to those old structures, and to learn something new means you have to change, and change is scary.
Right, exactly. I feel the same way. I think, like, what am I, a baby boomer, I guess? In my baby boomer era, for a woman to, have situationships without commitment, you a hoe.
Nobody
And
wanted to deal with you in the daylight.
exactly, right? You in that back door sneaking in, pushing your panties to the side kind of woman, right? It's nasty stuff. I kind of like that. But anyway, that's just me
I
right
know.
now.
I was just like, wait a minute. Ooh, that sounds like a good time.
I should have said that on the
Like,
radio, but whatever.
Pushing stuff to the side. Oh my.
Push the stuff to the side.
Like, are we washing first? Like, what's going on? No, okay.
We always have to be prepared, Miss T.
Right.
But you get it, right? So, not only are we talking about, your sexual expression, but then you also get into, ageism. Because I find that, when I think we had Michelle Alexander talking about dating and being a senior, that most seniors aren't into situationships. So they're into having relationships. So I think when you're talking to situationships, you're looking at a younger demographic and a much more enlightened and empowered demographic, especially when it comes to women. So I think there's some benefits. I wish, honestly, that I grew up in your era where it was okay to be a Black woman and to have situations and not having to be in a relationship, because I'm a Black woman. And as my mom say, from Sussex County, good girls don't. You keep your legs closed, right? You have to protect, you have this image, good Christian girls. We just don't do it in Sussex County. We're good girls.
And image is everything especially back in the day.
Exactly, right? Don't shame the family's name, blah, 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 all that a part of it. And so to have, the freedom to explore who I was as a young sexual being, I didn't have that opportunity because I was, I had to fit into this norm of being from Sussex County, Black female and lower, slower, all this good stuff, protected my mom and dad's name. So, I think that this really speaks to gender. For me, when I hear situationships, that women are empowered, I think it speaks to the Gen Z generation. And I'm all for it. I think it has a lot of pros. What do you guys think?
I'm here for it only because I need to know, like, especially now, if and when I decide to have a partner, what I'm working with. Like, I don't want the expectation that, okay, I like this person and this person is only wanting to be with me for the temporary. You know what I mean? Like, if it would be like, yeah, I like you, but I only want to be with you for the short term, that's good. Let me know that now, so I don't make that emotional attachment or bond. Right. If I do, then I know it's time to look elsewhere.
Yeah, I think that, situationships, if a person chooses that, I think it can lead to self-growth and understanding who you are and what you want
and what you like.
And what you like. Yes. In a relationship, in a partner, so that you can know your values and attitudes and beliefs, so you can be strong in who you are and have your voice in a relationship. So I think that, situationships are great. And I think that all of us actually should be allowed to express who we are.
So long as it's a positive situationship.
Absolutely. Right. It needs to be positive, right? And just be able to grow and understand what your body likes and doesn't like without having to worry about commitment. You're just experimenting, you're figuring it out. So I think situationships can be pretty awesome. Do us a favor, if you're listening out there right now, send us an email at brownsugarconfessions@gmail.com and let us know, are you in a situationship? What's your gender? Just curiosity. What's your age? Prove me wrong on this. If you're an older person, like a senior, like I'm a senior, I'm a married senior, so I'm not in any kind of situationship. I'm a married ship. But if you're a senior and you're dating, right? Like, are you okay with situationships? Is poly, is that situationships? I don't think it is.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's not an entanglement?
No, I don't think it's an entanglement. No.
It's very specific. In a relationship. It's intentional. It's all about intentions.
True.
Exactly. So write us an email. Let us know if you're in a situationship, and how it's working for you. And maybe we will read your email on the air. We got to do another listener email appreciation show, because you guys sent in some great emails, by the way. So we're going to do that. And we're going to talk about our 1-year anniversary coming up. We've got some stuff. So make sure that you guys go to YouTube, like, follow, share, please. Send us all your emails. And you know what we say at Brown Sugar Confessions, to always stay safe and play safe. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye for now, everybody. Thanks for listening to another episode of Brown Sugar Confessions on Power 1017. Go to our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram page at Brown Sugar Confessions to like, share, and follow. Stay safe and play safe. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.